You guys have been on a great run, beating a couple of top 25 teams. Here's another one. Just what would it mean to get this one?
I mean, of course, it means a lot. Texas Tech is ranked, what are they, 14th, I think. They're a really good team, as has been the three last teams we've played. I mean, actually, pretty much everyone we've played in SEC. Yeah, it means a lot because it means we're going to be up there with the top 25 teams. Like, we have a chance to be there.
They seem more of like a defensive team, kind of like you guys are. They try to, make you play their way and get offense off their D. Is that what you've seen on tape?
Yeah. Right now we've gone more through personnel, gone over that. Today's more of a team-oriented tape, so haven't gone through a lot, but I know that they're very active both on defense and offense.
Mike, how are they similar to some of the SEC teams you've faced?
I think they're a lot like a 4-round-1 type team, shooting a lot of threes, or actually being more active, moving the ball a lot, moving a lot themselves, being able to set a screen at one point and then coming off a flare or coming off another screen like just a few seconds later. So overall, we just got to be on our horses pretty much every second of the game.
With the stretch you guys have had the last couple of weeks with going up against ranked team after ranked team, do you guys get extra motivated when you're going up against a team like that?
Of course. I mean, we're as motivated as can be every game, so kind of a tough question. Like, there's no no right answer, but I feel like, with every win we get more motivated to just go and get a win.
Mike, do you think this team is like peaking right now, or how much better do you think you guys can play?
I think we can get a lot better because we're still a young team. We have a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, like only a few upperclassmen, plus the two grad transfers we have are first year on the system. So I think we can get a lot better.
Mike, you talk about the way they screen, stuff like that, which could put you in interesting matchups. How have you embraced that this year? It's one thing that Frank's talked about, your ability to guard multiple positions. Is that something you've developed? Is that something you came here with?
I think that's something I've developed over the time. I mean, of course, I had some idea on how to guard the perimeter, but of course, Frank Martin's defense is on a whole nother level than anything I've ever played before. So that's something that I developed over the 1.5 years I've been here, or 2 years almost now.
How big of a thing is momentum when you're playing as well as you guys have played? You had the victory over Kentucky, the victory over Florida. Is that something you guys can take in from game to game?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have to have the momentum, but at the same time, if things are not going our way, we have to keep our heads up. We can't let opponents go on runs, which we let them do at the beginning of SEC play. There were a lot of times when we let the opponent just go on a 15-0 run and not recover from it. But now we've just learned to keep our heads up and fight back after the runs.
Mike, as much as momentum as you've built up, is it tough to then break off of SEC play a non-conference opponent this late into the season as you almost approach February? I
mean, it's different. I think we take every opponent as an opponent, not like whether or not it's an in-conference play or or non-conference play. We just take it as another opponent.
I know you guys have a lot to worry about just as a team, but do you guys kind of take it as a challenge when you guys are going up against a different conference? I mean, a lot of the so-called experts aren't giving a lot of SEC teams a chance during this whole Big 12 SEC challenge thing. Do you guys kind of take that as, hey, try to win some for the SEC?
Yeah, I mean, of course, but in the end, it's all about our team. We're going to build our resume to get our win in. And in the end, if we win, and that puts SEC more on the map, and that's a good thing.
What's been challenging about the SEC this year?
I mean, SEC this year, last year, it's really physical. Like, I think last year showed us how physical SEC was, and and a lot of us, Florida and Kentucky, managed to get to the Elite Eight, if I'm not mistaken, right? And yeah, this year the pattern's pretty much the same.
Coach mentioned last week about the level of competition to practice with Raw and Brian Bowen playing now and just everyone having to step up their games. How much do you think that has contributed to the success lately?
Oh yeah, they've contributed much. Ever since Raw's been back, Dwayne's been here, Justin Mackey, when he started practicing for us or being in practice with us, it's been a huge help. Like they've brought the energy for the so-called scout team. They've made us compete more, and I think that's one of the keys to our success right now.
Are they winning some of the like when the scout team plays like?
I mean, we're taking it play by play, so it's not like we're keeping score or anything, but they bring tremendous energy to the court, so they're a huge help.
Like, have you noticed a change about the way you guys have handled victory after your second ranked win? The first one we all saw you at Kentucky and how hyped everyone was. How's the team handled this one coming back from Gainesville?
I think we're becoming more mature about our wins. Like last year, we knew how to handle it during the tournament run to get ready for the next game, pretty much right after the game was over. And I think that's something we're still learning, but we're making huge progress on it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much.